Top 10 of the scariest hippo facts that would make you so scared you will have nightmares about. First fact. Hippos may look slow and harmless, but they kill more people in Africa each year than lions, crocodiles, or elephants. Their aggression and unpredictability make them one of the deadliest animals on the continent. Even locals who live near rivers treat hippos with more fear than predators like lions. The next scariest fact. A hippo's jaws can open up to 150 degrees wide, revealing tusks up to 20 inches long. These massive teeth are constantly grinding and sharpening against each other, making them deadly cutting tools. With one bite, they can crush boats, snap bones, or slice a person in half. Third fact. Hippos have a bite force of around 1,800 psi, one of the most powerful in the animal kingdom. That's strong enough to crush a crocodile or even crack a canoe in two. Few predators can withstand a direct bite, which makes hippos untouchable in their own waters. The next scariest fact. Despite weighing up to 4,000 pounds, hippos can sprint up to 30 miles per hour on land. That makes them faster than Olympic sprinters, leaving humans with no chance of escape. If a hippo charges, your only hope is distance, and often, that's not enough. Fifth fact, hippos spend most of their time submerged in rivers and lakes, but that doesn't make the water safe. They can hold their breath for 5 minutes and rise silently under boats or swimmers. Attacks often come from beneath with no warning at all. The next scariest fact, fishermen and travelers fear hippos more than crocodiles. Hippos are notorious for flipping boats, dragging people into the water, and killing anyone who gets in their way. For many communities, rivers are both life and death, thanks to the hippo. Seventh fact. Male hippos are extremely territorial. They defend stretches of river with violent force, attacking anything that dares to enter. Even other hippos are gored and killed in these brutal fights. The water turns into a battlefield whenever dominance is challenged. The next scariest fact. Hippos fight with tusks that can be nearly 2 feet long. When they clash, their jaws slam shut with bone-breaking force. Many males die from deep puncture wounds to the chest or stomach. These bloody battles leave rivers stained red. Ninth fact. Hippos have been seen launching out of the water to ambush victims on land. Their explosive power allows them to crush anything standing near the riverbank. What looks like calm water can erupt into violence in an instant. The next scariest fact. They have killed lions, crocodiles, and even rhinos when threatened. Their aggression combined with size makes them untouchable, even for Africa's top predators. When a hippo decides to fight, it rarely loses. 11th fact. Hippos secrete a strange red fluid from their skin, often mistaken for blood. This substance acts as both sunscreen and natural antibiotic. But its appearance makes them look as though they are sweating blood, a chilling sight to witnesses. The next scariest fact. Hippos often attack at night when they leave the water to graze. Many fatal encounters with humans happen in the dark, when people accidentally cross paths with them. A nighttime meeting with a hippo almost always ends in tragedy. 13th fact. Mothers are fiercely protective of their calves. If anything comes too close, they attack with reckless fury. Entire groups of crocodiles have been crushed simply for approaching hippo young. Few animals defend their offspring as aggressively. The next scariest fact. Hippos are herbivores, yet they kill like predators. Their attacks aren't about hunger, they're about territory and dominance. This makes them unpredictable, because unlike predators, they don't follow patterns of feeding. They can lash out at any time. 15th fact. In many parts of Africa, hippos are responsible for more deaths than malaria-carrying mosquitoes in certain regions. Locals live in constant fear of river crossings. The hippo's reputation isn't just myth, it's deadly fact. The next scariest fact. Hippos have been recorded biting boats completely in half. Once overturned, survivors are often mauled in the water or drown trying to escape. A peaceful river ride can turn into a massacre within seconds. 17th fact. Their skin is nearly 2 inches thick, acting like natural armor. Even bullets sometimes fail to penetrate unless they strike vital spots. This makes stopping an enraged hippo extremely difficult, even with weapons. The next scariest fact. Hippos can weigh over 2 tons, yet move gracefully in the water. They glide silently beneath the surface before erupting with shocking speed. For those above, the attack feels like it comes from nowhere. 19th fact. Hippos sometimes travel in groups of 20 or more, called pods. When one attacks, others often follow, turning a single encounter into a coordinated assault. This mob-like behavior makes them even deadlier. The next scariest fact. They've been seen attacking elephants that wander too close to their herds. Even Africa's largest land animals are not safe from hippo rage. These confrontations prove their willingness to fight anything, no matter the size. 21st. Fact. Hippos have been recorded killing more than a dozen people in a single attack. Boats full of fishermen have been destroyed with few survivors. One hippo can cause devastation on a massive scale. The next scariest fact. They sometimes kill calves belonging to rival hippos. This brutal act ensures that only their own bloodline continues, showing how ruthless they can be. The river becomes a place of both survival and betrayal. 23rd. Fact. When rivers shrink during droughts, hippos become hyper-aggressive. With less space, their territorial fights turn deadlier, and attacks on humans rise dramatically. Scarcity turns them into even more violent killers. The next scariest fact. Hippos can crush smaller animals simply by stepping on them. With their immense weight, even a single misstep can shatter bones instantly. Victims rarely survive such overwhelming force. 25th. Fact. They've been seen eating meat on rare occasions, including scavenging carcasses. While not natural predators, this behavior makes them even more unpredictable. An herbivore that sometimes tastes blood is a chilling thought. The next scariest fact. Hippos often attack out of pure anger. They don't need provocation or hunger. Sometimes they simply kill because something entered their space. This level of unpredictability makes them one of the most feared animals in Africa. 27th. Fact. Hippos use their massive size to crush rivals in combat. They slam into each other with bone-breaking force, sometimes killing their opponent outright. These clashes echo like thunder across the river. The next scariest fact. Entire pods of hippos have been seen attacking crocodiles. With sheer numbers and raw power, they overwhelm and kill even these ancient predators. For crocs, the river is only safe until the hippos decide otherwise. 29th. Fact. Hippos have attacked vehicles and even trains when startled. Their unpredictability extends far beyond rivers, making them dangerous anywhere they roam. Encounters on land can be just as deadly as those in water. The next scariest fact. Perhaps the most terrifying fact is that hippos kill for no reason other than rage. They are herbivores with the heart of killers, lashing out at anything in their path. Against